Hello everyone. Welcome to Nibiru Watcher channel, where we expose the lies in the skies and why and what is happening. What is it we're looking at? Some of the stuff is so completely crazy. You may have seen some crazy things in the sky and go, what is that? Well, you're at the right place. And I'm going to say, if you are a magician or magical artist or somebody who works in Hollywood or NASA or GPL, if you knew that the sun was going to be eclipsed by an unexpected eclipse from another planet other than our moon, and it was going to eclipse our sun, how could that possibly keep the people on planet Earth from seeing this eclipse? Well, you would, first of all, you'd have to have a light in the sky to keep shining like the sun. Well, the real sun gets eclipsed. Well, that's exactly what you're going to see in this video in Alaska from the Final Days YouTube channel, formerly known as Universal Media News. You are going to be blown away. This is one of the greatest examples of our sun being eclipsed before our very eyes, in front of our face, on a daily basis, sometimes eclipsed 2 and 3 times a day. Let's jump right in. Are you ready to see some magic from NASA? Let's go. Oh, yeah.
Hidden behind a thin flagpole. We see the same phenomena occurring in Drumheller, Alberta, in Canada. The light source is seen.
Yeah, did you guys just watch that? You see how the sun is hiding behind a single light pole? Let's rewind that just for a second. So the lady in this video that made this video, who knows very well about the sun simulator, we could see the sun at this size, basically round looking. Take notice of the shape of the sun.
Alberta in Canada. The light source is seen
Completely disappears behind a single light pole.
Traveling across the sky.
Right.
And then it is completely
disappears. Poof. Right. We know that's not possible. I do recommend going back and watching the entire footage, but the next one is even more stunning. So what I want to show you next is this is the sun in Alaska. Okay? I want you to see that the sun looks basically round. Never mind the changing morphing size of the sun, which defies what we would think is a sun, right? Let's just see this effect. What happens next? Right before the sun gets eclipsed, we have the sun simulator in front of the true sun. Now, the sun simulator only produces light and does produce heat, but only a focal heat that is created through the lens that's in front of the sun. The true sun does produce light and heat, but the sun simulator is mostly light and no heat.
Then suddenly the sun appears to shrink to 1/5 its.
Okay, stop right there. Did you guys catch that? Did you look at the shape of the sun?
The sun rises over on the left.
Watch this.
Then suddenly the sun appears to shrink to 1/5 its.
Okay, so much just happened in that 1 second because the sun just got eclipsed. Okay, I want you to wake up to this reality. Number one, the entire landscape is dark, okay? For hours, like 5 hours. Look at the timestamp on this thing, okay? And then, as it passes in front of this large planet, see the cursor I have here? It just passed, the planetary object passes through this region right here. So,
size.
Let's play it.
That's because the real sun has just gone behind the dark nebula, and the manufactured glare is.
So remember, at this point, we are being eclipsed.
Now in front of it. However, the artificial light is no match for the real sun because it almost looks like nighttime. The large triangles are used to obscure the image and are not produced from within the camera like a lens flare is. We know this because sometimes
Still being
clouds are in
eclipsed,
front
folks.
of the triangle. Clouds can never be in front of a camera-produced lens flare. Eventually, the real sun emerges from behind the nebula, and the landscape suddenly brightens, and the sun returns to its...
Normal size and shape. Do you see that right there? Look how bright the landscape is. I just want to make that impression upon your... Look at this. How dark the landscape is. Look at this shape right here. You guys see the shape of the sun? Let me refresh your memory of this sun. So here is some footage from the International Space Station, ISS. Or is it the International Sun Simulator? Well, this is what we look at the sun from space, and we see this halo. This is one continuous footage. Do you see the halo that we see here? Notice that the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position are all lit up. And in one continuous shot, we see the sun rise. And then watch, we see the sun set. We see the ground-facing cameras. And then later on that day, we see the sun. What happened to the halo? Do you see how different that looks from here than this? Do you see how dim that is? We just got eclipse there from the space station. Look. And here it is, the setting sun. No halo. Amazing. We're getting a combination of the suns and the sun simulator. We're seeing both. The sun simulator, I believe, is orbiting at the same altitude as the space station. It is powered, I believe, by solar cells. I'm going to talk about this at great length of some new revelation of these solar panels, which we can see from Scott Sion's Nibiru channel. Right? So look at this. This is what we see here. And this is what we see here. Look. How did the sun change from this? Wait. See how we see these beams of light suddenly change. We go back. We'll play this.
The sun appears to shrink to 1/5 its size. Eventually, the real sun emerges from behind the nebula, and the landscape suddenly brightens, and the sun returns to its normal size again. Let's run through this again.
Yes, let's run through this again.
The sun rises on the left. The landscape is bright. The sun suddenly shrinks to 1/5 its size, causing the landscape to darken.
Mute this. Do you guys see the difference here? To see how the sun has changed it from a round, huge sun to something that completely shrinks down and changes shape. To something that looks exactly what we see. Boom. Right there. Really? Look how dark it just got. And look how that looks exactly what I'm showing you here. That's a... You know, that just flies in the face of all the trolls. Every troll out there. They like to tell you that what we see, the hexagonal sun, is because we have shutters on the camera. Wow. That's pretty freaking lame, since web cameras don't even have shutters. And what happened to the shutter effect here on from the same camera in a matter of seconds, minutes? Look, let's play this video again. Boop. Oh, how come we didn't have the shutter effect here? With the same camera, now turns hexagonal. Now we're going to move on to this, right? And this happened for 5 hours as the planetary object was transitioning in front of the sun before our very eyes. Now hang in there, right? Okay, so check this out. This is Bluekoolaid, right? I love this guy. Bluekoolaid, oh yeah. Check out his stuff. Another sun portal. It just lights up, puts another piece of the puzzle in there. More photographic proof of what I've been saying about the sun simulator in the X and all the crazy stuff. This is slammed. This just reinforces what I've been saying. Look at this X. You can see this lens here, and even compares it to the Jeff P is right video from United Kingdom, who caught this. And this is what we catch on this. All these X's we're seeing on this from this fence. It's the same image. I'm telling you, there are lenses in front of the sun simulator. Good job. I'm hoping to do a live stream with bluekoolaid, but this is phenomenal, buddy. Look at this. Oh yeah. There it is. There's your lens. Not the lens itself, but it's a convergence point of the lens that bluekoolaid even caught. And what we appear to see the square sun and all this crazy stuff that we keep saying. Not only that, look at the footage that I caught from Scotland. Again, I'm going to show this. I'm going to mute this. You go back and watch the original footage. But this is the time lapse of the Sun Simulator X going under the sky. Wow. Irrefutable proof. Irrefutable proof. You can't have something bending light in front of the sun and focusing it with a perfect X in Scotland. Look at that. Amazing. Now, I took the liberty of taking to the channel Jeff P is right. Just you could watch the original footage. I've slowed it down 8 times. And we could watch the spiraling beams of light. That proves what I've said about the sun simulator. There is a rotating hyperbolic paraboloidal mirror blades that's spinning in front of the sun simulator, and between there is your object. That is not a puff of smoke. Betty Troll tells you that they are smoking something illegal, okay? Since when does smoke spiral and move at the speed of light? Come on, smokers. You've smoked cigarettes before. It does not look like this. You can see it shining on the fence here, okay? Go back and watch the original footage. These X's are appearing. Look at you, even see the beams coming off this thing. Wow. Again, I slowed this down 8 times. Go watch the original footage. Pretty amazing. And last but not least, something that's going to really take you back. Again, there is no explanation for this. How many shadows can one sun cast? 1. Unless you've got 2.
17 October 2018, 11:05, heading northwest on US 280.
2. 2 shadows, folks. Time to wake up. Shadow here, just as dark as this shadow here. This is an open street, man. This ain't Hollywood. This is for real. Don't even try and debunk it, man. You can't go there. Don't even tell me you saw, oh, this car over here had 2 shadows. No. No Photoshop. By the way, you know, a Photoshop is 1 photo. Just even look at the other cars. Look carefully before you even dare to debunk this.
105, heading northwest.
Look how these cars aren't even casting any really shadow at all. I bet you're probably very faint because one light is casting the route. If you're right behind it, you probably see that these cars are doing the same thing.
On US 287.
I mean, come on, man.
Just outside of Childress, Texas.
You can't reason that one.
Look at that. The shadow on either side of that truck. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. 2 shadows, 2 light sources, 2 suns. Nemesis. Well, thank you for watching this channel. Have a blessed day and see you at the Lord's Supper.